Okay, guys, so we got Rimuru fully evolved. We got his ultimate, and I'm gonna showcase it today. But before we do that, here's his cosmetic, and I also was lucky enough to get his Ascended Slime skin. So let's go ahead and put that on. Does this give me a different cosmetic? Blessing. See if it does. Yeah, it does. So I get this. This one's not so bad. And we're gonna go ahead and run a Infinite Hogtown again. Even though he's well, I'll say this right off the start. The leaderboard level is the JJK map, which is nature. So I want to already start and tell you guys that this guy shouldn't have any spot on the leaderboard, like on leaderboard teams. So we can already knock that off the list since water isn't good against nature. You need like fire, like Ichigo or whatever. And we're gonna place down Benny Morrow to get things started. We're gonna need money too. We're gonna keep it at ×3 speed. I'm not glazing this unit. I got some things to say about the unit that, just like the Sakuna showcase, I think this unit is again mid. So sorry to the people grinding it right now, but here's the placement for 1500. So you're not going to be able to put him in the early waves, and he unfortunately places for a ground of almost 400,000 static, which sounds like a lot, but Benny, again, we're going to use Benny for this example, and this is also no skill tree, but I have Escanor buff. Benny places for 1 million damage for 600. Oh, I'm going to have to place him to guard. And I'm going to need money for his later upgrades. So I don't know what they were going for with this unit, but he seems like he's like all over the place with what he does at certain points in the game. So there's actually like cutoff points that you could do with this unit to utilize his utility, but there's units that you can just fulfill that role and then not have to go through the update and the rare chances to get the unit for like cheaper and then have better stats. So we're on the last upgrade now. There we go. The first upgrade is 2,500, and it doesn't change anything. He just has more static damage for 600,000, and then he ends on 1 million. But then he switches up from 1 million to about 5 million and becomes a flame. I'm gonna put it back on the screen. A flame pillar hybrid. So now he's like a burn unit. So he could probably help with Carvins if you didn't already make Noel. But with his awkward cost, you're not going to be able to place him until like mid game, and 5 million's not the best. We upgrade him again and we get him to his Black Flame. So near late-ish game, he's now hitting for about 37 million. To compare it to like Benny's late game, again, because he's like the Black Flames unit, here's the effect for that. He would be hitting for 80 million. So he's not at Benny yet, and he lost his CC. And then, get a load of this. This doesn't make any sense, so I don't know what the devs were really doing with this. He ends on like a 56 million burn and jumps down 30 million and goes to about 20 million, but now he's a fear support unit. So he loses like, so if you were playing like Carvins or something and you were using him as main DPS, you would want to stop upgrading upgrade 7. But if you're using him as a support for like anything else, you can't use him in infinite leaderboards. You're better off with Ichigo because he's a fire. You get to these later upgrades that are absurdly high. You could get this in a cavern, but you'd be pouring all your money to get to like 30, I think we get to 37 million. So here's Wrath of the Gods. Here's the effects. And then I saw 37 million to 83, but we go to 43 million. And then he gets an attack called Armageddon. So if those fire caverns are really messing you up, you could slap this guy as like a slightly better Noel, because you can do this ability Armageddon, which I actually don't know what it does, but its cooldown isn't like super high. So if you got this guy maybe in the later portion of the caverns and you just like didn't help the other people playing with you, you could fire this off like twice. But I mean, we're talking about a metagame that has like Escanor in it, so if you're still struggling with caverns and need to do all these portals so that you can beat them with friends, this unit isn't worth. So, good luck with your grinds, but we got another stinker, guys. And I heard the other banner units weren't very good either. So hopefully, I guess the JoJo update, they cook, but I don't know about this one.